Huh? Let's look at question number 21. Okay, I think I need to explain to you the absolute value. Okay, absolute value has this idea that absolute value of x is equal to x. It is equal to x if your x is more than or equal to 0. And it is equal to minus x when your x is less than 0. Take for example, absolute value of 3 will be just equal to 3, right? And absolute value of minus 5, what does it say? It will be converting the minus 5 into negative 5, and then this will be 5. Therefore, in short, this absolute value is always greater than or equal to 0. Right? That means absolute value cannot be negative. Right? Okay, then now, can you see that? Okay, you are given this condition: a plus b plus c is equal to 0. Therefore, we know that it cannot be not all positive, and not all negative, or not all negative, not all. It cannot be, right? If a, b, c are all positive, then it cannot be 0. If a, b, c all negative, it cannot be 0 also. Right? Then I want you to realize that in general, x over absolute value of x, take note, it is equal to 1. If your x is positive, right? Obviously x cannot be 0 lah. We have to exclude that. X cannot be 0. Then x over absolute value of x is equal to negative 1. If your x is actually less than 0. This part we have to take note, right? Therefore, now we can actually look at case study. Case number 1. We have 2 positive number and 1 negative number. All right. Then 2 positive, 1 negative. That means in this case, A, B, C. Take note, let's say this is 2 positive and C is negative, right? And then divided by A, B, C absolute value, it should be minus 1. Agree now? Can you see that 2 of them positive? Let's say we assume that these 2 are positive. And then this is negative. Therefore, positive times negative will give you a negative number, right? Negative number divided by a positive number, it will be minus 1. All right? And in this case, what does it mean? That means in order for this part here, that means in this case, can you see that what you get here? Okay, then what do you have here? That means in this case, can I say that when I look at A over B plus B over A over absolute value of A. A over absolute value of A plus B over absolute value of B. Okay, let me just write everything in black. I think it's easier. All right, and then plus C over absolute value of C. The answer is a positive 1. Can I say that? Can I assume that these 2 are positive? Therefore, I will get 1, 1, and then this is minus 1, right? Therefore, the answer is a positive 1, right? Therefore, what does it imply? Therefore, this implies that if you add this thing, A over A absolute plus B over B absolute plus C over C absolute plus A, B, C over absolute value of A times B times C, the answer should be 1 minus 1, and that will be 0. All right. Then case number 2. Now I look at case number 2. Case number 2 will be, I think that will be 2 negative. Two of them are negative, and then 1 positive. Then in this case, we can conclude that A over absolute value of A plus B over absolute value of B plus C over absolute value of C, that will be minus 1. You can assume that these 2 are negative. That means this is minus 1, and then plus 1. Therefore, minus 2 plus 1, that will give you minus 1, right? And on the other hand, can you see that A, B, C divided by absolute value of A, B, C, the answer should be 1, right? Because if you assume that these 2 are negative, These two are negative, but 2 negative, can you see that negative multiplied by another negative, you get a positive number. Alright, therefore this is actually positive and this is also positive, therefore the answer is actually a +1. Alright, therefore if you combine the two results, absolute value of A over absolute value of A plus B over absolute value of B plus C over absolute value of C, and then plus ABC over absolute of ABC. The answer should be 0. The answer should be 0. Therefore, the option for this question is actually A. Can you see that the option for this question is actually A, or the answer is actually 0. Therefore, answer, it is actually option A. Right, with that I stop here.